Welcome on in. NY the MD podcast. Your host, Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrard.
Can we just
ride a little bit?
let this music run a little bit longer today? I'm feeling it. Yeah.
You about to spit some bars or something?
Yeah. It's the NY the MD. You came to see because you know it's Kevin and your boy B. Hey man, you asked and you go.
I did. You're right. And that's my fault, America. I apologize. All right, let's get into the show.
Oh man,
as it fades away. All right, what's going on, my man? What's good,
man? I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling good. How about you, man?
Hey, listen, I can't complain. It is what it is. It's just one of those things, day by day. It's like just like a baseball. Injured list. I'm day by day. You know what I'm saying? This is one day at a time. You only got one life to live. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's just the facts of life.
Yep.
So I don't know where all these TV shows came from in my head.
Yeah, man.
They're just rolling out, but it's different strokes for different folks.
Dude, I was just about to say that. Beat me to it.
So hey, sometimes for some people it's just a different world. So
yeah, and I hate those people. Well, I shouldn't say I hate them, but some people just grow up with a silver spoon. But
do they?
Yeah.
Do they? Then they grow up with a silver spoon. But those people I like to send to the ER.
Yeah.
But hey, we try to be nonviolent on the show.
Yeah.
But I don't want to blacklist those people.
Yeah. But it's crazy though, because with all this COVID stuff going on, it's a full house right now. But it's all good because family matters. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. You know what? I'm excited because there'll be somebody moving into the West Wing. So yeah. Anyway, let's get going.
But but I will say one last thing. It's unfortunate, man, that some people in this country just live in a different world, man. It's just hard to see that. But
I used a different world before, right?
Oh, darn it!
Now the game is over. We're gonna use the show already.
Darn it!
But one show I want to bring up first. That's always fun, and we could always use in different, vernaculars and different things. But last Sunday, one of my favorite human beings who I've never met, but who I always enjoyed. In New York, he came on at 7:30, I believe, p.m. on I think ABC in New York, and he passed away. It would be Alex Trebek, and he was on my favorite game show of all time. If you want to call it, I guess it is a game show, which is Jeopardy, which he was doing for 30 years. It seemed like longer than that.
I was about to say, it seems like Jeopardy's been on since we were pretty much for as long as we've been alive, almost.
Yeah, I know it started in the early 80s. I don't have all the facts, but he was, I don't think he was the original host, but I believe he took over not that far into it and has been the host ever since because he's the perfect guy. He's Canadian. He's awesome. And I still remember watching the TV. I wish we could put bits and pieces on here, but copyright stuff. But just the one Jeopardy, forget the Ken Jennings and the people who had those magnificent runs. That was exciting to watch. But the ones where there's nothing but the sports category, and the people have absolutely no clue, and he would just sit there and get heated at the fact that we went through 5, like they had enough time left. They cleared the board to go through all 5 clues and not answer not near none of them. Like literally, no one rang in to get a wrong answer. They just sat there. And Alex was just like, "Are you kidding me right now?" It'd be like Comiskey is in, what city in, Illinois? What? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this angel in the outfield is a supposed best player ever, even though we've never really seen him in baseball. Of course, don't make an answer that because nobody knows who he is. Still, It's another shot at Mike Trout. Mike, I'm sorry, man. I don't know. Again, it's just me.
Mhm.
Listen, Brian is the stats guy. If there's anybody here in the analytics and stats and numbers, it's my man B. I'm more into what have you done for me lately, and you've done nothing for me. So,
Wow! Because he didn't win MVP this year. Hurt.
I mean, he didn't.
He only won it last year.
Yeah, which I didn't remember that either. So, and 2 more times before that I don't recall either.
Oh my gosh!
But he's got as many MVPs as at bats in the playoffs or hits.
Stop it.
That's terrible.
I think he does have as many MVPs as playoff game appearances.
Yes, and hits too.
Combined.
He's great. Anyway, we're talking about Alex Trebek here.
Yeah.
So I want to start off the show with Jeopardy. Now, I want to, because we gotta get our brains going. We gotta get into the show. I didn't want to say I want to start off with Jeopardy because it's such a big thing for me. Because again, it's my favorite game show of all time.
Okay.
All right. We come with props on this show, folks. Come with props.
Okay. So, all right, how are we going to do this?
We're going to do this. I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
All right. You have 3 categories to choose from.
Wow.
We're going to do 5 questions. We're not going to just do 100 or 500.
Oh, okay.
We're going to have 5 questions for you. So it's either movies, sports, or television. You pick from the category. I'll ask you the question.
Movies.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. So these aren't questions you made. These are
actual Jeopardy. I decided to go regular.
Cool. Okay, cool. Got you. All right, movies.
Dark of the Moon and Age of Extinction.
What is Transformers?
Are subtitles of films in this series. Before you interrupted me. What is Transformers? You are correct.
Thank you.
Okay, movies, sports, or television?
Let's go sports, Alex.
2007 Heisman Trophy winner. Nope, not the answer to that one. Sorry.
What?
Nope. I'm not that. Nope. I had to do with that football team down there. All right. That's how personal it gets for me, folks. I'm not asking a question.
Tebow.
No. It had him, but it asked what team he played for, which we're not getting into.
Oh, okay. All
right. This is a hard question. You won't get this one.
Okay.
It was an MLS question.
Oh, come on. All right.
Yeah. Think you would get it?
Huh?
You want to try it?
Sure, why not? I'm not going to get it, but
it's Chicago's Major League Soccer team.
Okay. What are the Nighthawks?
No. What is Chicago known for besides the pizza? What happened with a cow? What did the cow do?
Dude, I have no idea.
Supposedly a cow caused a huge fire. So they are the Chicago Fire.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right. Movies, sports, television.
Movies, please.
Movies. Meryl Streep co-starred with this ex-James Bond in 2008's Mamma Mia.
Who is Pierce Bryson?
No, it would be who is Pierce Brosnan?
Dude, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what you meant, but you got it wrong because you pronounced it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Whatever. All right.
Movies, sports, television.
All right, let's do television.
Felicity, Alias, and Lost. How did you get this question? We're all created by this man.
Who is J.J. Abrams?
Who is J.J. Abrams?
Yes.
Looked into that one.
I would have got it without Lost. So
yeah, you definitely. I mean, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Was this a good one? Okay.
Let's go TV again, Alex.
All right. Television for 500. Okay.
Oh.
Her sitcom roles include Ellie Riggs, Christine Campbell, and Eileen Baines.
Oh boy.
Eileen Baines. Sorry.
What were those names again?
Ellie Riggs, Christine Campbell, and Eileen.
Christine, I don't know.
Who is Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
See, I was going to say that, but you didn't say her name right. It's Elaine.
That's it. What I said, Elaine.
It's Elaine from Seinfeld.
I see, but they had the last name that threw me off. I didn't know her last name. That's my fault. You'll get a new question.
Yeah.
All right. You want television still?
Yes.
This TV family lives at 742 Evergreen Terrace in Springfield.
The Simpsons.
That is correct. I believe that is 5 questions.
All right.
So you have 4 out of 5 correct.
All
Good job. Good job. You will go into Double Jeopardy.
Thank you. All right. So now I have my questions for you.
Okay. And these are going to be terrible because I'm going to not be able to answer any of them due to the fact that I'm under pressure.
All right. So, of course, I had to do this because you are like the only person I know who knows this stuff.
Oh, gosh.
So your category is college football nicknames.
Oh, no. Now, are these Division I schools?
I think I threw a couple of Division II schools in there. Sorry. Okay. So 1 through 500, where you want to start first?
100.
Appalachian State.
Mountaineers.
You are correct.
Yeah, what are the Mountaineers?
All right, where you want to go next?
200.
Arkansas State.
Red Wolves.
Oh my gosh, you are correct.
300.
All right, now I think here's what's probably going to get a little harder.
Oh God.
Bethune-Cookman.
They are the Panthers.
Oh, so close. So
They're
close.
a cat.
Yo, yes.
Jaguars.
No.
God, what are they? I see their
they're definitely a cat.
Oh my God. Are they Tigers?
They're Wildcats.
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 I knew there were a freaking cat, but there's so many different cats out there.
Like I had to make this hard, Hurt.
Yeah, FIU are the Panthers.
Okay.
And I was seeing Panthers because all those Florida schools have a lot. But yeah, go ahead.
All right. Like these last two might be a little unfair, but you know. 400 Elon University.
Phoenix.
Good Lord. You're correct. And last for 500. Montana State.
Montana. What's Montana? Montana's the Grizzlies.
Montana
State is what? They have a name though. I know my time's gonna run out. My time ran out.
It's the Bobcats.
Okay. Now I never would have guessed Bobcats.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
That's pretty good though, man. 3 out of 5.
No, yeah, but I should have got Bethune-Cookman. I knew what it was.
I can't believe you got Elon University, yo. That's the one. I figured you were going to get Montana State. I didn't think you were.
Well, the problem is with Montana State is they're not on. They don't show them a lot. They show Montana, and up there is North and South Dakota. Like South Dakota State's the Jackrabbits.
Okay.
And they'll show, of course, the Bison.
Right.
Bison. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Wow. But North Dakota State. So they don't show a lot of Montana states. So
wow. And in Arkansas State, I thought that was kind of tough too, but no, man.
I knew them because they're Red Wolves, and I like red, and I like wolves.
That's why I put that in there.
Yeah. So that was. And I'm still 3 out of. I knew they were a cat. I was not going to get Montana State.
Okay.
And even if I ran everything, I would have messed up with Montana State.
Okay.
So that was good. Yeah.
I would have guessed 0. I would have been 0 in that category. So
you don't even know the nicknames of all the ones in your conference. I don't think. Do you?
I'm not sure about that one.
Well, they're pretty easy. Like Purdue,
Rutgers. They the Pirates.
Stop it.
What are Rutgers?
Are you serious?
The Rutgers.
Are you being serious? Or
no, I'm being serious. What is Rutgers? The Red Knights?
Scarlet.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're right. I don't know everybody in my conference. Indiana.
Stop it. You know Indiana. Stop it.
Minnesota Gophers, Ohio
Golden
Buckeyes.
Golden Gophers.
Oh, okay. Nebraska Cornhuskers. Indiana. Why can't I think of Indiana right now?
Purdue.
Purdue. They're the the Boilermakers.
Thank you. Yes.
What's the Indiana? What's their thing?
Hoosiers.
Oh, they are the Hoosiers. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
what
Illinois.
Illinois Illini. I mean,
There you go. Yes. They took out the fighting, so there's just a line.
all right.
All right, there you go. Northwestern.
Wildcats.
There you go. Good job. Look at you.
I suck, man.
Look at the brain on Brian. Good job. All
right.
Let's get back to regular. But thank you, Alex, for all the years, man. F cancer still sucks. And but you definitely be missed, man. And that dude, that show, you made Jeopardy. And, I'm just gonna miss you. So shout out to my boy AT. All right. Let's get into I'm sorry. My bad. I apologize, everybody. Now we can talk about the Masters. As the title says, hello, friends. We're here at Amen Corner at the NY to MD podcast. How did we forget that the Masters started this week? Oh, actually, I think you forgot.
You reminded me.
I think I reminded you.
I know. I think I remembered at the end of the last podcast, but then I forgot again.
Yeah, but I think because I showed you that video of the guy skipping the ball across the water.
That was
onto the green for it to go in for a hole in one, and that was a practice.
That was amazing.
How do you plan to do? By the way, I want to do that so bad. I want, probably if I do it, it'd be on accident. Because no way. I mean, that's how most of my balls go that way anyway. They're just line drives, low line drives, so they should work. But man, dude, that's something that you have on video for life.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. But
who was that? Do you remember? Do you know who that was?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really don't know. But whatever it is, like I said, he has something to show his kids forever.
Yeah.
That's something that's probably not going to happen ever again. So so the Masters started. I think it was Thursday. I may ask you. You think was going to win? You said Dustin Johnson. At the time, he was a couple shots back. As of this morning, the final day, of course, of the Masters, he is 4 shots ahead of everybody, man.
And minus 16, dude.
Minus 16.
He was on fire.
Have you been watching it?
Yeah, I've been watching it. I watched Tiger's round 2, and I watched his round 2. I watched a little of him yesterday. Tiger's been playing well. It's just that his putter, like, he could be doing a lot better if he just hit a couple more putts. His
first round was really good. And I think he didn't finish the second round. So I think Saturday he had like 9 and 18 to do. Like 9 holes.
More than that. He had more than that.
Oh, that's what I heard them say. That he had 9 and then a whole 18. Like they had an hour break and then he had to get back out there again.
No, he finished out. He had like maybe 7 more holes or something, like maybe 6 or 7 holes he had to do. I would say 5 to 7 holes he had to do yesterday morning. So he was able to do that. Well, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was 5. Maybe it was around 5. He finished those out. And I think he was 1 under. So I think he went into yesterday at 5 under. So he was only 4 shots back. But when your man shoots a 7 under yesterday, good Lord, man. And then
65, man. Yep.
Yeah, Dustin Johnson, he was in the zone yesterday.
Yep.
But yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot of high numbers out there right now, and we'll see how hard the course is today. But
that's the only time I want to talk about high numbers is when it comes to golf or scores.
Yeah,
and not COVID.
Yeah,
like just give me high numbers every place else but that.
Exactly.
But we'll watch. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's the Masters is the only golf tournament that I have to watch a little bit of. Like
Yeah.
Me, my rule of thumb is the only time I'm watching golf if it's Tiger's in it or if he's in contention, right?
Or if it's the Open Championship.
No, that's your rule. My rule is Tiger's got to be in it because I need a reason to watch. And there are some other golfers that I like to watch, but it's not enough to make me, to keep watching. The Masters is the only tournament where I don't care who's in contention. I have to watch a little bit of it because
you have to watch it because it's the Masters. It's like me in Wimbledon.
Okay.
Like again, I grew up loving tennis. And I still love tennis. It's not like I grew out of it. So, but Wimbledon is the jewel of the sport. And the Masters to me is the jewel of golf.
Yeah.
They get out there, that jacket you get to put on. You get to pick the meal for next year, which I think you said you wanted Spam on toast. What was it?
My meal, if I were to win the Masters, would be Maryland crab cake. And I specify a Maryland crab cake. Jumbo crab cake, baked potato, steamed broccoli.
Yeah, I agree. I picked salmon, like a little salmon. But I mean, we both picked seafood. So yeah. Salmon with a little, with some nice brown rice and some broccoli.
Okay.
With some nice Chianti and some fava beans. But it's something about watching that tournament that just makes it feel like it's so, there's no fans this year, but there's usually no cell phones allowed. Like, you can't even take your cell phone in there. That's like going to Derek Jeter's house. It's like there's no cell phones, so you're actually out there and people just walking by. So anybody, like I heard celebrities just walking by. You can't take any pictures of them. You can say hello or whatever, but they're sitting there just watching the Masters up underneath some Georgia pine tree. And of course, this time of year, the Masters never happened. It would have happened already, but of course, COVID. So it makes it for like a kind of different spectacle.
Yeah.
But it's always something important to watch. I love it. Just watching it, no matter who's like you said, this is the one thing. I like the Open Championship because those Karnowskis or whatever they play over, in Great Britain. Everything else, the U.S. Open or the PGA, I could care less about.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Open is just the start time is different because they're over in Europe. But some of those courses, you're like, who made this?
Yeah.
Like, why is this so hard? And this is where some of the biggest. That's where I learned. What's the guy's name? Schwartzel.
Okay.
Or some of those people that blew those huge leads.
Vanderbilt or whatever.
Vanderbilt, I think. Man, so, and a lot of those things happen over there. It's just crazy.
And it's crazy because those courses have like no rough. They have those crazy steep bunkers to them.
Yep.
The weather's always horrendous.
Always.
Like
rarely rainy.
Right. On one day of the tournament, you may see a blue sky and sunshine.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. And like one of those, like with the US Open, the ones that I don't like is when they try to the issue I have with theirs, like they try to make it too hard. And it's really not fun to watch sometimes.
Right.
Like I said, it's fun to watch people like golfers struggle like regular people because it's not an easy thing to do consistently. We know that.
Right.
But when they try to make the greens or like freaking marble floors.
Yeah, that's not.
And it's like I'm not having fun watching that. Like why am I watching this? Like I want to see a beautiful shot, and it's ruined because it's just gonna run off everything. Like it's not like and I think for the US Open they just try too hard for that.
Yeah.
But the Masters is cool. Tiger is at I think 5 under.
Yeah.
I think currently, so he's out of contention, of course. But it's DJ's to win if he stays on this blistering course that he's been on. Your picks are gonna come in, man.
Yeah. So. And that's crazy because I picked him not knowing. A, I didn't know he was number one in the world. B, I also didn't know where he stood at the time that you asked me. So,
yeah, I didn't know he was number one in the world either.
Yeah.
Okay, good job, DJ. Yeah. So, all right. Yesterday, college football. I know it's weird we didn't start off with the NFL, but we're going to get there because it's going to end everything because we have so much of it. Yesterday, college football. We had a lot of good games. yesterday, a lot of ranked teams, but I want to talk about two things. First
Okay.
of all, 15 games were canceled due to COVID yesterday.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that many. I just knew the Maryland wasn't playing Ohio State.
Maryland, Alabama, LSU.
Oh.
Um,
Alabama, LSU. Wow.
yeah, it was canceled. I think Tennessee, Kentucky. It was a bunch of ranked games. Matter of fact, Wisconsin, who's 1-0, is playing their first game in like 21 days, their next game, due to different COVID situations.
What's up with the Pac-10, Hurt?
Well, yeah, they're playing, but they had two contests that were canceled. Herm Edwards actually has COVID, so Arizona State's game was canceled. What? Yeah. So it's like I said, it's not saying it's weird. We know what's going on, but it's, like I said, 15 matchups just were canceled. So it's happening everywhere. So we're just gonna have a weird year when everything ends and all these teams come together, and because all their rankings and the amount of games that are played are going to be totally different.
So yeah, what's going to happen? Like, first of all, how many games are left in the season? Like you said, are we still going to?
Well, it depends on when, like the MAC conference just started playing. I think they only have like 5 games, and they're not in it to like go to a bowl game or anything. They just kind of want their athletes to get out there and get shown.
Right.
So a lot of conferences who can play are doing it for that reason.
Right.
But
right.
it depends on the league and the conference. So like the ACC has like 5 games left because they played 7. And the Pac-12, they're like in week 3 coming up. So it's a whole. Again, this is going to be a weird year. I still love watching. Of course, me, I love watching college football, even though I missed a lot of it yesterday. But it's just weird that 15 games were just canceled due to COVID. It could be just contact tracing. It doesn't mean that people were, but just for precautionary reasons. Like you said, your game, a lot of big games were canceled. So, it's been an up and down year. But again, like I tell people, wear your mask. It's it goes around these college campuses. This is going to happen. So this year is going to be a weird year. They're going to do the Heisman Trophy virtual on January 5th. Like they've done everything else, but it's like the Heisman Trophy. You fly to New York, the kids go around. All those things. Everything's changed. Everything changes.
So, are these games not being rescheduled?
Some of them are. And the SEC put in a bye week so they can remake some of these games. And some of these games, like in the Big 10, some of these games, due to the time schedule, cannot be remade. So they're just canceled. So they don't go around as a loss or a win or a tie. They're just canceled games.
Is the playoffs going to be expanded this year?
They're still deciding, man.
I think it really should be. I mean,
but this is college football. You know how, again, I like the 4, but this year everybody's done something different. I think this is the year you should do something different.
Exactly.
Think about it. Go back to normal.
Right.
Something different and go back to normal.
Think about this. Every sport, every major sport, hockey, NBA, baseball, football, did something different. Well, I won't put football in there because they decided to go to this new playoff format, not because of COVID. They just decided to do it. But every major sport team except for football, and football is even thinking about it right now.
Yeah,
he adjusted their playoffs because of COVID, and I think college football should too.
I think you got to try something a little bit different. Just and also it would add more excitement, and also would be fair for teams who say like if that Ohio State Maryland game doesn't get made up, Ohio State can still go on. I think next week is a big game. They play Indiana, who's also undefeated. So if they play Indiana in that game and they beat Indiana, but Indiana goes on and only has 1 loss, they deserve to be somewhere.
Right.
So it's. We're definitely going to see, but it's a crazy year. It's been a crazy year. Speaking of crazy years, Penn State's 0-4. They lost to Nebraska. It's like their first time since 1991 that they started off the season 0-4, and that season they finished 5-6. And of course, your homeboy's brother, as I call him, got smashed by Wisconsin yesterday. Smashed. And like I said, his time is now. You want to talk about somebody that, again, I know I talked about this. It wasn't last week, the week before. You cannot, even though Wisconsin's a good team and they're playing their second game for the season, you lost 49-11 at home to Wisconsin. Your team at home, well, again, it's not, well, I think they might have some things there.
Wait, what was the score?
49-11.
Damn. What in the world?
49-11. It's time. It's you, and he will be a good pro coach. But there's a time for you to walk away, man. This is humiliating. This is humiliating. It's not even competitive. Imagine what that game's going to be when they play Ohio State. If Wisconsin rolled up 49 on you, Ohio State's going to be in the 50s.
Man.
Yeah, it's time for Harbaugh to go join his brother back in the NFL, man. He's got to go.
Yeah. Did Trevor Lawrence play yesterday?
They had a bye week.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they had a bye week, and next week they play at noon on ABC against the dilapidated, ineffective
Florida State.
That's who I'm going to end it with. Yes, but there's so many other adjectives I try to use. Yes, against Florida State. So that game will be in the 50s.
Ooh,
needless to say. So
yeah. Who are the top 4 teams right now?
Well, Alabama right now, Notre Dame, because they beat Michigan State. No, that's Michigan State, Boston College. Excuse me.
Clemson's 4, right?
Clemson is they lost their game to Notre Dame, and I'm trying to get the real rankings. Hold on one second.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're 4. I just didn't know who 3 was.
Yeah, they're 4. 3 is Ohio State.
Okay.
So, and that all makes sense. But again, being Clemson, they can play Notre Dame in the ACC championship game. If Notre Dame can make it, Notre Dame has a tricky game. They go on a road next week at North Carolina. North Carolina can put up some points. That game this weekend between North Carolina and Wake Forest was a 59-53 barn burner.
Wow.
It's almost as if Chris Paul and Tim Duncan played, against your boy MJ and
Vince Carter.
Yeah, Vince Carter and Kenny Smith or something. This is just it was a truly offensive football matchup.
Wow.
So yeah, but it was an exciting game. But yeah, so we'll see how it's going to go. But the season's going to end up kind of weird. So all right, we're at the halfway point of the show, and I want to mention, of course, the biggest news of the week.
Okay. And
just spend a couple minutes on this before we get into the NFL. Is that the Florida Marlins made history this week, and no, not buying all these free agents to try to win another World Series, then selling them the next season. Not that. They have done something even, I don't want to say even better, but it's something remarkable, something that's been a long time coming. The Marlins have hired the first female general manager. Her name is Kim Nung. Last name's NG. And first female general manager in baseball, but I think maybe even in sports. I'm not 100% sure. She was MLB senior vice president of baseball operations for the past 9 years. And she got say it again.
For the Marlins?
No, MLB. She was working with MLB.
Oh, MLB, okay.
Yeah, as a senior vice president of baseball operations.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you think about that?
I think it's awesome. When you told me that, man, I'm just so excited, man. I'm so glad she was able to break through, and this is a huge deal, man. This is a huge deal.
Huge.
And I'm gonna I wish her well, man, because if she does well, man, she'll just open the doors for so many other women, man. And I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's
funny because you always want to equate with people running organizations or doing things as people who play the sport at the highest level, right? But that's not the case. Most of these head coaches in the NFL or general managers or whomever were either stat guys or people who worked their way up,
Right.
or if they even made it to the NFL, a lot of them didn't. They just made it to college. And the fact that we finally have a female as a general manager, not an assistant general manager, but as the general manager of a team out of the first one out of all the four major North American sports organizations is a long time coming. Is a long time coming. So congratulations for her. We need more people like her.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. It's just good for baseball, but it's just good for sports, period.
Yes.
To give people who have a passion, because I know there's a lot of internships. I know I forgot her name. Oh God, Becky, the assistant coach for Greg Popovich.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember her name. She was a great player too. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I totally forgot her name. But she played basketball at the highest level. She could be a coach. Most of these look where Eric Spoelstra started. The dude, he played college, or even Van Gundy's, but they worked their way up through tapes and how they came up in the business. What separates them is gender, not experience or hard work or whatever else. You know what I mean? That's right. The only thing. So I'm totally I'm very happy that this occurred. Now it's hard for me to root for the Marlins, of course, because they're in my division. But much success to her. Honestly,
yeah. That's awesome.
But just not a World Series. So, all right. Finally, at the 30-minute plus mark, we are getting into the National Football League. Man, it took us a while, but we got there. But sometimes NFL isn't the leading story.
Yeah.
But what is the leading story is what's going on and what's happening with your boy, Lamar. I want you to talk about Lamar, to talk about people talking about Lamar.
Okay, well, all right. Well, let's talk about Lamar. But first of all, I got to say this story kind of caught me off guard. I mean, my brother in Germany broke this story to me. Because I've been, I've been, like I said last week, shifting a lot of my focus to some other things other than sports right now. But so he calls me and he's like, "Yeah, so what do you think about Lamar's comments?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You know what I'm talking about." Like, no, what happened? Oh, you didn't hear? So apparently he was on Rich Eisen's show. Pretty much said, "Hey, defenses are calling out our plays. They know what we're doing. They're calling out our plays before we even do it." And I think Rich Eisen was like, whoa, wait, really? So you're saying they know what you're going to do? He's like, yeah. So I'm assuming that I purposely avoided all the talking heads because there are so many people that want to see Lamar fail just so they can say, "I told you so." And they're already starting to do that, even though he's not having a bad year. He's just not having a historic year like he had last year. So anyway, of course this got the attention, which it should have, of a lot of national media. Like I said, I don't know if there's been any backlash, honestly, to what he said. But I like Lamar. Lamar's a different breed, right? Lamar is just going to tell you how it is. When he gets asked questions, he doesn't try, he doesn't give you coach speak. I mean, he gives you his coach speak kind of.
Yeah.
But he has very little filter. He's going to be honest. Like he kind of just comes out and tells you what's on his mind at the time. He doesn't have too much of a filter. He's not the most polished person when it comes to the media, and that's what I love about him. I love the fact that he's not polished. I love the fact that the Ravens just allow him to be him. You know what I mean? They don't try to make him into someone that he's not, even when it comes to speaking to the media. That being said, I don't know if that was the wisest thing to say, but at the same time, you know what? Maybe that was his little passive aggressive way of trying to say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Lamar's that kind of guy. I don't think he's the kind of guy that tries to throw people under the bus. I mean, if you listen to a lot of Lamar interviews, he always puts it on him. He puts
of course.
When things go wrong, he puts it on him, And when things are well, he never says, he always talks about his team. So I don't really think he's the type of dude to throw his coaching staff under the bus. I think he was just kind of being honest.
Yeah. And I'm sure he's frustrated.
Yeah.
Because I know, like you said, he always takes the blame for whatever it is that happens. Like, oh, that's on me. That pass was on me, or whatever. And that's what leaders do, and then especially it's what quarterbacks should do.
Right.
Quarterbacks aren't going on there. Well, if he didn't drop that fourth down pass, because that doesn't make anybody better in the locker room. It doesn't make the team better. It doesn't do anything except for make division in the locker room. All I know is he needs to get me more fantasy points. To me, it's all about business.
Right.
I could care less. I don't want to spend too much time on him because I know we've talked about how he's perceived. Because we both, everything that you have said about him, I 1,000% agree. Because he is, a running quote unquote quarterback, and people want him to fail due to that, and because people want their prototypical 6'5", whatever Danny Dimes type quarterback. Oh, I'm going to drop back and pass it. When there's athleticism and things that can be brought into the game that you can use. I'm not saying you should overuse it because there's two sides to everything. But, Lamar is a unique person. And then I go back to the last year Aaron Rodgers had. I think it was like 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, something weird like that. And it was a down year.
Right.
I'm like, oh, he's going away. Look at his percentages. And then this year he's come back and he's lighting it up.
Hurt, has it been back? I don't know. Has the national media been getting on Lamar for these comments?
Well, if I bring this up, we might talk about.
No. Come on, this is what we're here to talk about. Come on, what's going on?
So I forgot. So there's one person who stated that if, oh my God, why can't I ever think of his name? Who's the quarterback for Arizona?
Oh,
Murray.
Here we go.
If Murray was the quarterback of the Ravens, they'd have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl. And the person who said it,
I already know you're gonna say. I think I know what you're gonna say just because it wasn't that head hunting Steeler, was it?
It was.
Of course. I knew it.
I was like, God, this is gonna get him upset.
So Ryan Clark.
Yep.
He said if
and former Washington football team member, yes.
Yeah. So he said if Kyler Murray were on the Ravens, they would win the Super Bowl.
They would have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. No, yo. All right.
All right. Let's go, America. Here we go. You ready?
Somebody please tell me, what has Kyler Murray ever done? What has he done? What? He's having a great year. No doubt about it. What playoff games, what playoffs has he been to?
I'm about to say playoff wins.
Has he won a playoff game yet? Think about this. Only thing
has Lamar won a playoff game?
No, but he's been a couple times at least.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. So the biggest thing that Kyler Murray has done, right, is beat Seattle. Really? That's it?
No, he was the number one pick in the draft, right? He replaced somebody.
His performance on the field, he's
doing okay this year.
Kyler Murray is having a great year. I think I heard a stat that he might be the first quarterback ever to throw for 4,000 and rush 4,000 yards. That's awesome. But don't come up here and talk Lamar Jackson. Okay. We got to go here because I have to remind people just how great Lamar Jackson is because this pisses me off.
Well, I think you just need to remind Ryan RC about it.
Okay.
Ryan Clark.
Did we hear any talking heads last week talk about that Lamar just tied a record with Hall of Famer Dan Marino? Lamar Jackson in his first 30 games as a starter is 25-5. Okay.
Mhm.
I tell you this all the time. Nobody ever brings up this stat, but I tell you this all the time. Lamar Jackson has defeated every team he has ever faced except for 2 teams. That being the Kansas City Chiefs, which he's lost to 3 times, and the Tennessee Titans. Every other team Lamar Jackson has faced, he has beat. Okay? That's a fact. That is a fact. He was a unanimous MVP last year. Fact. He has not won a playoff game. Okay. Here's another fact. Lamar Jackson hasn't even played 2 full seasons of NFL football yet. He's only 23 years old. Okay? The guy's only 23 years old. People talking about he has regressed. This is a down year for the Ravens, and the Ravens are still 6-2. You know why? Because of Lamar Jackson. You put RG3, our backup quarterback, and I don't know how many wins the Ravens will have right now. He makes the offense better. He makes the defense better. Okay? This guy, he's like, I don't understand what more this guy has to do. Look, we compare him to Patrick Mahomes. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
No one's Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is an alien. Okay, we can't even put him in the conversation because he's so Patrick Mahomes is so much of an outlier. You know what I'm saying? It's not even fair. But here, this guy is coming, doing this thing his way. He is the offense. Yes, he can throw the ball. Yes, we know he's an elite runner. He is not an elite thrower of the football. But the guy can throw the football. He reads defenses very well. He has great field vision, not just running the ball, but in diagnosing and making quick decisions. And when he does throw the ball, we have to. But here's the other thing we got to understand with Lamar right now. He lost a Hall of Fame offensive lineman. He lost his Pro Bowl left tackle to injury for the rest of the year. All right. He lost his starting right guard, who replaced the Hall of Fame guard that we lost. Okay. Right now we have a mishmash of offensive linemen. He does not have the weapons that Kyler Murray has. I'll tell you this.
Boom.
I tell you
that's the main thing.
Yes.
Who's got Hopkins?
Dude,
Who's got DeAndre Hopkins?
Hold
on. Look at what Watson's done with how. I mean, Hopkins is an A. He's an A. Hollywood's good, but he's not an A. Hopkins. Just imagine adding Hopkins. You got a guy who I've never seen Larry Fitzgerald drop a pass. You know, Christian Kirk is good. They have weapons. I'm not saying Baltimore doesn't, but they don't have Hopkins. Hopkins. Imagine Lamar having an A guy. I mean, literally an A receiver on that team, like the guy Devontae Adams,
right?
Or one of those Michael Thomas. Just imagine that on that team. It makes it again. I'm not trying to diss or Hollywood or anything, but just he's not an A. He's not that A guy, and adding that to that offense for Kyler Murray is great. Murray, this is his second season, right? And his stats are 16-7. Lamar's is 12-4 for his touchdown to interceptions.
Right.
And 600 yards less in yardage, and the QBR is like a 77-65.
Right.
But people are acting like Kyler Murray is having a Patrick Mahomes type year. He's not.
You know who's having a Patrick Mahomes type year?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, and that's it. I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's like at 24-1 or 25-1. I mean, it's ridiculous, yo.
Yeah, because he's 25-1. Yeah. Touchdown to interception.
Right. I mean, it's crazy. So stop. Can we stop this, man?
People want to hate on him. And for no reason, like I said, like it's funny. Like Aaron Rodgers is at 24-2 now during this part of the season, right? 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
That's where people get to at the end. Like I said, he had this stat last year, and it was a bad year.
Right.
That's a great year for every other quarterback. That's a great stat. If Lamar was ever 24-2 at the end of the season, that's a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Period. That's Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers.
Mind you, Lamar last year was 36-6. Okay, which
For
ain't
like touchdown passes and interceptions.
yeah, he was 36-6 last year. Oh, and by the way,
That's why he was MVP.
In touchdown passes last year.
But they sit here, and again, I'm not into the Lamar thing, and we spend a lot of time on it. So
yeah.
But I'm not a Lamar person. I don't care. I don't care about him or the team or whatever. But just stop with the garbage. The dude is a good quarterback. He lost playoff games. You know how hard it is to win playoff games? Ask anybody that's been in the playoffs. And look at Drew Brees. Drew Brees should have had games won, and they lost it on the last second, and that's his fault. Again, I go back to Aaron Rodgers losing a game in overtime after throwing 7 touchdowns, and it was his fault. I mean, so it's everything's relative. Your team plays, you play, maybe you stunk, fine, okay, but that's not every day. Lamar is an elite quarterback in the NFL, period. And I like Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's not on his level. We just need to stop.
Right. Thank you.
Period. All right, let's get to week 9 and week 10.
All right, week 9.
It was a great week for me.
Ooh, it was a horrible week for me.
Yeah, so I finally widened my lead once again.
Ugh.
It took a minute, but I had a couple blips in there, a couple of bad weeks. Never really took the full outright lead against me, which is good. But now I'm pretty much solid. I think I can hold out the rest of the season and keep this lead. I'm picking at 88.9% currently.
Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully, I can stick with that. Now, you had 6 right last week. I had 11.
Yeah. I have to do with my gut, and and I keep doing this. I keep saying because, like, for this week, I said on the was it on the podcast or were we talking where I said I think the Colts. I was like,
no. We talked about it because we didn't do it on the podcast because we kind of forgot about the Thursday game.
I wanted to pick the Colts, but I picked the Titans. And I told you the Titans suck. They suck. They lost to the Colts.
They did.
And I picked them anyway, but that's all right. It's cool. I'm just going with my gut from now on. I'm just doing it because I keep saying I want so badly to pick, but no. Anyway, what were your biggest surprises from last week? Because I have one.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get back to that. My biggest surprise last week, besides the quarterback for the Washington football team breaking his ankle, I don't know what the hell's going on in that division. Man, look at all these I got right last week. What was my Dallas and Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Like I wasn't watching that game. I was. It was a weird weekend that weekend. I had, people over and stuff like that. Family. And I want to know, I kept looking at the score and I'm sitting here like, what is good? Not only was Dallas winning, they were winning with a dude they picked up off the street.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And I was sitting here like, what is now? Again, I'm not a Pittsburgh fan. If I had a top 5 teams or fan bases I don't like, they're one of them. But I still want anybody to beat Dallas. I don't care who they are. But I was like, what is going on? I was so confused, dude. Can you fill me in on what was going on in that game? Like, did you watch it? Was on TV? Because I didn't know what happened.
It was on TV. I don't know what's going on. First of all, Dallas should have won that game. There were a lot of convenient calls at the end of that game, dude. That started going Pittsburgh's way. I can't explain. I can't explain how Dallas was winning that game. Ben did, he did his Ben thing. He got hurt. He
did a Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
In a wheelchair, then he came back.
Yeah, he pulled that again. But dude, honestly, I don't know how Dallas was winning. Their defense actually played pretty well. They shut down the run pretty good. But the end of that game just frustrated me so much, yo. There was a sack fumble recovery from Dallas. I know it was a sack on like a 3rd or 4th down. I think it was a fumble, and I'm pretty sure Dallas recovered that. They turned back because of some type of BS illegal defense. Just pissed me off, man. I wanted the Steelers. The Steelers are undefeated, dude, but they are not as
No, they're not the number one team in the AFC at all.
They are winning games by the skin of their teeth, but that's what the NFL is all about. I mean, you got to win those games. I mean,
Yeah, win those games is on their schedule.
yeah, but yeah, that was the biggest surprise. Another one with the Jets and the Patriots. I told you I was going to pick the Jets, man. And the only reason why I didn't was because Joe Flacco was starting. But man,
yeah, Joe was dropping some dimes in there though.
Dude, Joe was looking like January Joe.
Oh, exactly.
It was like a Ravens reunion. He threw 2 touchdowns to Rashad Perryman.
Yeah, your boy. Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I went to sleep. They're like, oh, the Jets got this, and somehow they lost. I'm like, I still haven't looked to see how they lost that game, but yeah, that was a surprise to me because I thought the Jets were going to win.
Yeah, and the other surprise for me really was New Orleans and Tampa Bay.
Dude, that was disgraceful.
How non-competitive that game was.
Yeah.
38-3.
Dude, I stopped watching that game. I was like, this is
wow. It was Tom threw 3 interceptions. New Orleans just ran them out the building, man.
Yeah. Look, people said Drew Brees is done and New Orleans is done. Nah, dude. They are definitely the class of that division, dude.
Yeah.
And, you know what? New Orleans might be onto something here, man. I'm starting to think New Orleans might be that team.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, I think I picked them for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, look who's on your TV right now.
Oh yeah, Harbaugh. Look at that. Look, somebody got a. Oh yeah, they did have fans there. Look at this. 7 now it's 14. Dude, I'm not even a Michigan fan. I could care less about Michigan. Look at that. I think it was the first quarter. The total yards are 129-1.
That's crazy.
Look at this. Look at that.
That's crazy, yo.
Who's running for them? Ron Dane, Melvin Gordon. I mean, come on.
Oh man.
Look at that. They're down 28-0 at one point.
Oh, that is crazy.
And look, he didn't even get in the end zone.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's a bad. Don't get me wrong. Florida State is terrible. Terrible. But we don't have a former alumni as head coach who took a team to a Super Bowl. And you're losing. They even turned from it. They said, we're good. We're not even going to show you more lowlights of this.
Man.
It's embarrassing. But yeah. All right. Where was I?
All right.
But in week 10.
Huh?
Let's go to week 10.
All right. Week 10. All right. Let's see. I picked, like I said, the freaking Titans, which I really.
So did I.
All right. So we lost there. Let me see. Yo, where are my picks? Hold on. Now I got to. Wait a minute. Where are my picks? Hurt. Wait a minute. Something's not right here. I don't know what happened to my screen with all my picks on them. Hurt. What is going on, Hurt? I made my picks. At least I thought I did. What is going on? ESPN, what are you doing, dogs? Like what?
What's the issue?
It's not showing my picks. It's only saying, wait a minute. Hold on, let me go back to week 9. Maybe I didn't make my picks yet.
Knowing you probably didn't.
You know what? I don't think I made my picks.
All right. Well, let's start off with Houston against Cleveland. I think, man, I wish I could remember names. Their leading rusher is back after being on IR for Cleveland.
Well, I'm taking Houston.
And actually, so am I, which is terrible. But yeah, I actually have Houston on mine to beat Cleveland. I just kind of have a gut feeling about this game. And I have Houston coming out winning that game. And it's at Cleveland. Washington football team on the road against your Detroit Lions. Who you got?
You know who I got. I'm taking the Washington football guys.
Of course. I got Detroit winning, and they're the healthier team. I'm not saying they're the better team. I just think they're just a healthier team. Alex Smith is the actual starter for this game. So we'll see how that works out. But
I think I picked Detroit. I may have picked Detroit one time this year. but I don't.
Yeah, I know because you don't like it, Matthew
I
Stafford.
don't believe in that team. I don't believe in that coach. I definitely don't believe in that coach. So
No, that's two of us. But if they lose to Washington with Alex Smith as quarterback, man, they might as well just get rid of him now. All right, Green Bay, we both got against Jacksonville.
I'll take Green Bay. Where are they playing?
Does it matter?
No, I'm just curious.
Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm taking Green Bay.
All right. Yeah, I think it's a unanimous. And America's with us, 99% to 1. And that 1% is someone that lives in Jacksonville. We got the Philadelphia, the 3-4-1 Eagles, trying to get to 500 on the road against the New York Football Giants, who have 2 wins against Washington to their name. What do you got?
All right, I picked the Eagles.
I picked the Eagles as well. They're the healthier, they're the better team. These games, of course, in the NFC least are up and down, so who knows? But I definitely picked Philadelphia. Tampa Bay trying to recover from their beatdown, going on the road to face Carolina.
And I think they're going to recover. Tom Brady is going to come out as he's going to be so.
Tommy, you think Tommy's going to be okay?
Yeah,
there's no Tampa Bay accent, so I still got to do a Boston one.
Yeah, but no, your boy Tom is going to be pissed. I'm picking the Tampa.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking the Bucks to win. The Bills traveling and flying to the West Coast to face your Kyler Murray and Arizona Cardinals. Who you got?
I'm taking the Bills this game.
All right, let's see. We're just all picking the same people because I picked the Bills too. I just think their defense is better, and it's going to be a up and down game. But I think Josh Allen's going to end up winning. The Raiders at home against the Broncos. Who you got?
I'm taking the Raiders.
I'm taking the Raiders as well. All right, want to get a little bit of differentiation here. Maybe this one is the only matchup this year between 2 black head coaches. We have the Los Angeles Chargers flying to face the Miami Dolphins. Who you got?
First 2 QBs taken in this year's draft. I hope I get to watch this game. I'm taking the Dolphins, dude. I'm Tua time is here, and Tua made me a lot less nervous last week seeing him run around, man.
Move around in the pocket.
Yeah, and just running. Period. I mean, yeah, he was scrambling. He was running for first down. I think I saw him make a diving first. I was like, whoa, oh, okay. So yeah. I really want to see this game. I'm looking forward to this game, and I'm going with the Dolphins.
All right, I'm going with the Dolphins too, but I do like the way Justin Herbert's been playing. The problem is the Chargers cannot hold on to a lead. They've been winning in the fourth quarter. I don't know how many times, but they squandered all of them away, it seems like. Yeah. Pittsburgh 8-0 at home against Cincinnati.
So this is one of those games where I chickened out again. My gut is telling me Cincinnati. I really believe Cincinnati's going to win this game, but I'm too chicken to pick them. You know what? I'm changing my pick. I'm picking.
All right.
I'm picking the Bengals.
All right. I picked the Steelers. They're going to win by a field goal. This is not going to be a blowout. It's not going to be – these divisional games in that AFC North are usually close. And I think Cincinnati has what it takes to keep this game close. I feel like they're on the verge of an upset soon. Pittsburgh losing, that is. But I just feel like they're going to come out and win it somehow in this game. But it's going to be close. All right, Seattle Seahawks traveling on the road to face the Los Angeles Rams. Who you got?
I'm taking the Rams. For whatever reason, this team always gives Russell Wilson trouble. Even when the Rams were bad, this team always gave Russell Wilson trouble. I think the Rams are a little bit of a roll right now, so I'm gonna go with them.
Yeah, I think the Rams had a hard time in that couple of games over on the East Coast. They're back at home, 5-3. Seahawks 6-2. Russell Wilson's defense on his team. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about that defense.
The defense stinks.
Yeah, it's straight utter garbage. And I picked the Rams. I picked the Rams to make the playoffs this season.
Yes, she did.
And I really believe that they're going to be a good team, and they need this game. This is an important game for them to have, and I think they're going to take it. So I got the Rams. Saints at home against 49ers. I think we both got the Saints in this one.
Yeah, I mean, since 49ers are so depleted right now, and the Saints at home are almost unbeatable. So, yep.
All right. Ravens, Patriots, Sunday night football.
This one's scaring me a little bit, but I'm going Ravens. Lamar, he plays good in prime time. He shows up in prime time, so I'm going Ravens.
I'm going Ravens.
I am nervous about this game.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens. I feel like Bill Belichick will coach his butt off this game, and it's going to be a very close game. But I don't think offensively New England has a ton.
Or defense. That's the only reason why I'm picking them too, because I feel like, look, Bill Belichick he's the GOAT when it comes to coaches, and I'm sure he's going to come up with a game plan to slow down Lamar. But they have no talent on the offensive or defensive side of the ball. Little talent, man.
Nada, zip and zilch.
I think Cam's going to get the Ravens some problems running around though. We don't have Calais Campbell this game, which is going to hurt us, but I feel like we should be able to neutralize a lot of what they want to do on offense. So, yeah.
All right. And we have an NFC North matchup for Monday Night Football, the oldest rivalry in football, I believe. We have the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, maybe that's the Bears Packers. My bad. Or it might be the Vikings Bears.
Yes, Vikings. But I'm switching my pick again. I had the Vikings down here. I'm picking the Bears. My gut's telling me the Bears, even though they had an awful showing. I think they've lost like 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Bears.
I'm going with the Vikings. I think the Bears are going to win. I really do. But I don't know what Bears team is going to show up. I really don't know. Like some weeks they're okay. I know Nagy, because they're in a 3-game losing streak right now. The head coach gave over his play calling to the offensive coordinator. So maybe that might help him out. But I'm picking Minnesota.
All right.
Minnesota. All right. So put up the graphic, my man. We got top 5, bottom 5 coming up right now. Top 5, bottom 5, top 5, bottom 5, top 5. This is an NYMD podcast staple. Right here. We got 5 on it. Got it. And we know who it's going to be. We got 5 on it. And we know it starts with JET. All right. So, bottom 5, the Jets. That's it. I mean, we know they're going to be number 1 until they actually win a game. The second worst team in football, the Jags. They got 2 wins somehow, or 1 win. They have 1 win somehow. And they're terrible. They're just a terrible team. Number 3, the NFC East. I just put the whole division here. I mean, why not? Today's the only day. Well, yeah, today's the day where a team can actually get to 500 in the Eagles if they beat the Giants. So then they'll be at 4-4-1, at least to give some sort of respectability to the division where the second place team is still the Washington football team at 2-6. Don't know how that happens. Don't know why. Cannot explain it. This is where we're at. So if Philadelphia loses this game, I'm probably moving the NFC East, the whole division, right behind the Jets. Number 4 teams is Houston. They're terrible. I mean, I feel like Bill O'Brien, before he got fired, I feel like he sucked the life out of this organization. Trading away DeAndre, not really getting anything back. I know Cooks is having a good season, but they're still not a full team. Clowney didn't re-sign there. They're a shell of their former selves. And it's kind of sad. It's sad. Watson had that good contract that he signed all season. Was out there crying and everything. And, it was good, but this team's terrible. And I got to put the Chargers on here. All those leads, Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs, you were leading all those games. And you lost all those games in the fourth quarter overtime. Like, you had chances you played to win the game. And they played and they lost. And they had leads all in the fourth quarter, and they gave all of them up. So, The new entrance is the LA Football Chargers.
Okay.
Who you got in your top 5, kid?
Well, I have some new entrants too. A couple of them actually.
What?
And starting with the number 5 team in the NFL, your Green Bay Packers. They snuck in there, man. After Seattle lost to Arizona, whoever they lost to last week. Yeah, I got the Packers up in there. Number 4, your Baltimore Ravens. 6-2 Ravens. I mean, they're on a roll. They've got 2 losses. Those 2 losses to the 2 best teams in the league. On the Ravens have the best scoring defense. They had the best defensive point. I mean, in football points wise, they've allowed the least amount of points in football. In offense, the Ravens, everybody wants to get on Lamar. The Ravens broke a record. I think it was 31 straight games scoring 20 or more points. NFL record. Not coming in number 3, a new entrant to the top 5. Finally, they made it. The Buffalo Bills, they are for real. Josh Allen is playing awesome. You talk about a leap from year 2 to year 3. You got to look at Josh Allen. He's running it, he's throwing it, and Stephon Diggs has turned that team around as well. I think he's leading the league in yards this year. So good for the Bills, man. Number 2, a little switch from last week. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, they are undefeated, but they are not the best team in the league. That goes to your Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, 1,000%. All right. So good top 5, bottom 5. I got a whole division in my bottom 5, so we'll see how that works out. And quick to end the show here, we were doing our icon series for each division in football. And this week we chose the NFC South, with, of course, New Orleans, Carolina, Tampa Bay, and the ATL. So we're going to start off with New Orleans because, I mean, why not? They had the best win of the weekend, 38-3 over Tampa. So I know I brought up at least 25 people. They could be the face of New Orleans football, including Lil Wayne, even though he's a Packers fan. Who you got?
I mean, there's only one iconic Saint, period.
That's true. Archie Manning.
Drew Brees.
It's got to be Drew Brees. Who else?
Yeah, I mean,
the dude, that was the best free agent pickup for any team ever.
Ever.
He just came over and made New Orleans like his own. It's crazy. Like he just fit the culture, fits the beignets, and it's still a city I've never been to.
Yeah. Oh, it's an awesome city, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me. I know you went down there once, right?
Yeah, Banana. Yeah.
So, but New Orleans, Drew Brees. There's, they've had a lot of inspirational players, but Drew Brees is the guy.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Let's go with Carolina.
Once again, there's only one answer to this. He's currently in New England right now, but Cam Newton is the iconic Panther. There's no disputing that.
Well, I mean, I have at least 4. So, I mean, Cam's the number 1 guy.
Yeah, I mean,
he's the number 1 guy. But it's the reason it's weird for this team. They have so many beloved players. Like I feel like there's teams that have the player, like Cam was the guy, but they have beloved guys who will always go down and say Panther history. I don't know. It's weird. Like Steve Smith Sr.
Yeah, Steve Smith.
He's a loved guy. He's they love him. Luke Kuechly.
Yes.
It's just like that dude. I don't know. It's funny. Like that's just one of those. And Greg Olson.
Yeah.
Like there's just certain players that just fit a team. And those dudes, all of them just happen to really just fit Carolina. It was just weird. But Cam Newton is the guy.
Yeah, no one's done more for the Carolina franchise. And we know this because we've seen their whole.
Yeah, he brought them to a Super Bowl.
Right. No one has done more for that franchise than Cam Newton.
Exactly.
Period.
All right, let's go to Tampa Bay, which is probably the hardest one.
Yeah, this is the hardest one for me. I picked a Hall of Famer. But when I think of Tampa Bay, I think of those early 2000s defensive teams.
Yeah,
they won that Super Bowl in their defense, even though they scored like 48 points in the Super Bowl. But they were known for their defense. And who was the center of that defense? To me, it was Derek Brooks. To me, he's the most iconic Tampa Bay player?
Well, I hate to tell you. I mean, just because he went to Florida State, just because he's a special guy, does not mean he deserves to be the number one guy. But he does. Of course, it's Derek Brooks.
Yeah,
I mean, who else? I mean, there's other, like you said, there's other players. Warren Sapp comes to mind.
like Warren Sapp,
John Lynch. There you
Michael
go. Yeah, Warwick Dunn.
Yeah, Warwick Dunn.
I mean, they had I know Keyshawn won a Super Bowl there, wearing the number 19. But yeah, to me, the Derek Brooks. It's got to be Derek Brooks. And let's go to Atlanta with Ludacris and Outkast and Jeezy and T.I. There's so many iconic rappers and there's so many iconic Atlanta Falcons. Who you got?
This may be controversial, but the most iconic Atlanta Falcon is Michael Vick. Period.
Oh, okay.
When I think of the Falcons, Michael Vick was iconic. He wasn't, you know what I mean? Like he was iconic. He was. No, it didn't end.
No, not at all. Unfortunately,
it did not end well. And Matt Ryan, at the end of the day, is going to have a better career. I mean,
Julio. What about Julio?
Yeah, but
number one dude.
We lived through the Michael Vick era, dude.
Yeah, of course.
He was iconic. Like people around the league were wearing Michael Vick jerseys who weren't even Atlanta Falcons fans. There was a commercial called the Mike Vick Experience. Like he was iconic. And so when you talk about an icon, to me is Michael Vick. I know that's controversial, but when I think of the Falcons, I think of those Michael. I just think about how big this dude was. He was iconic, and that's what this whole discussion is about. So I'm going with Michael Vick.
Yeah, no, but you can't take away his accomplishments on the field. To me, it's just two separate conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that person on the field. And the thing is, the Atlanta Falcons have a lot of iconic players, or not iconic, but a lot of players. Tony Gonzalez, was good. Even though I think he spent a lot of, even though he's mostly a Chief, but when he ended up there, it was pretty cool.
He was good, but he was iconic.
Yeah, no. But I mean, it's still got, again, Julio Jones is probably going to go down as like the best player ever.
Yeah.
For the Falcons. But to me,
Dion wasn't there long enough. Brett Favre wasn't there long enough.
Definitely Brett Favre. But no, but you want to talk about iconic. I know you're saying he wasn't there long enough, but there's one. I didn't even know the Falcons until one guy with one name got to that team, and that's Primetime. And he got there, and he was returning kicks, and he was intercepting his battles with Jerry Rice. To me, it's Deion Sanders.
But he wasn't there long enough, though.
That's again, he in the pantheon of football. Deion Sanders started off, and he was a Falcon, and to me, he's the most iconic player there. I mean, Vic. Right. I'm not arguing. You know, I like Michael Vick definitely, but like if the fans voted, Vic would definitely be, if not 1, 2, or 3. I know Julio because he's there, would definitely be up there. But yeah, I mean, to me, Deion.
I wonder what Atlanta fans, if we were to poll Atlanta fans, who they would say. Because to me, it's and I'm saying we put Deion in that thing, we put Michael Vick in there, we put Matt Ryan, Julio Jones.
Yeah, well, you know, what do you go to? Ranker is what you usually go to?
Yeah, ranker.com.
Ranker.com. Number 1 they have is Julio Jones.
Oh, okay.
Number 2, Deion Sanders.
Okay.
Number 3, they have Tony Gonzalez. And number 4, they have Michael Vick. Oh, I forgot about Morton Anderson, kicker. That dude was there forever.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jamal Anderson. I forgot the Dirty Bird.
Yeah, but Jamal, he wasn't iconic. He had a couple good seasons. Yeah.
Oh, you remember their old jerseys that they used to have? They were red and with the black.
Yeah, you mean the awesome ones?
Yeah, it's the awesome ones.
See, and that's the thing. Atlanta, there was nothing wrong with their uniforms, Joe. Their uniforms were good, nice color scheme.
No, but when Deion got there, he made the black jerseys cool.
Yeah, okay.
Because I mean it's prime time.
Yeah,
prime time. So yeah.
That was fun. It's funny. Wait, Matt Ryan wasn't on that list?
He was like 7th or something. Hold on a second. Let me see where he was on your ranker. Matty Ice was after Roddy White.
Wow.
He was 7th, yeah. I think once he's done, he'll pass Roddy White. Just saying.
I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, that was listen, I think we agreed on all of them. Basically except for the Atlanta one.
Yeah.
But if you want to sit here and disagree or agree with us, we appreciate it because we're sitting here on YouTube. If you tune in with us live, we're usually live Sunday mornings. Even though I do miss the Saturdays, but the Sunday mornings we're on YouTube at NYDMD Podcast. Of course, you can follow us on all our social media: Facebook, IG, and the Twitter at NYDMD Podcast. And also, you can follow us wherever you download your podcasts: Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, iTunes, wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NYDMD Podcast. And thank you, everybody. Be safe. Wear your damn masks, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out, y'all.